Most traders lose money for months or even years before they finally understand the lesson I'm about to share with you. It took me a long time to accept it. I fought it, ignored it, and kept trying to outsmart the market. But the truth is simple. I stopped losing money the moment I learned this principle. And if you truly understand it, you will transform the way you trade. Before we get into the lesson, let me say this. You can have the best strategy in the world. You can read every trading book. You can watch every YouTube video. But none of that will save you if you don't learn what I'm about to explain. Let's start with a question most beginners never ask themselves. Why do traders really lose money? Not the surface level reasons. Not the excuses. But the real reason. Is it the market? Is it bad luck? Is it a terrible strategy? No. The real reason most traders lose money is because they think trading is about finding perfect entries. They think the key is to predict where price will go next. They obsess over indicators, signals, and chart patterns, believing the answer is somewhere out there. The truth I learned is this. Trading is not about prediction. Trading is about managing yourself. And until you learn how to manage your emotions, your expectations, and your behavior, you will continue to lose money, no matter what strategy you use. When I realized this, everything changed. Let me explain. Most traders think losing trades are the problem. But losing trades are normal. Every trader loses trades, including the most successful ones. The problem is not the losses. The problem is the emotional reaction to the losses. The fear, the frustration, the desire to make the money back quickly. Those emotions lead to revenge trading, overtrading, increasing lot sizes randomly, and breaking your rules. I used to take a loss and immediately jump into another trade. I used to think that if I got back into the market quickly, I could erase the loss. But that always ended with bigger losses. And this cycle continued again and again. Until one day, I learned the principle that changed my trading forever. Your mindset determines your results more than your strategy does. Let me give you the truth in its simplest form. I stopped losing money when I learned how to stop fighting the market. I learned how to accept losses. I learned how to wait for high probability setups. I learned how to stay calm even when my trades didn't go my way. I learned how to follow my plan without emotion. That was the turning point. But how do you get there? How do you control your emotions in a market designed to attack your weaknesses? You start with acceptance. You must accept that losses are part of the game. If you cannot accept losing, you will never win. You will hold losing trades too long. You will exit winning trades too early. You will risk too much trying to avoid losses. Your fear of losing will cause you to lose even more. The moment I accepted that losses are normal, my mindset changed completely. Let me take you deeper. At first, I thought trading was all about the chart. I thought if I just learned one more pattern or one more strategy, everything would click. But the real breakthrough happened when I realized that the chart was not the enemy. My emotions were. Fear, greed, impatience, frustration. These emotions were controlling my decisions without me even knowing it. Fear made me hesitate. Greed made me risk too much. Impatience made me jump into trades that didn't meet my criteria. Frustration made me stay in losing trades far longer than I should. Once I realized that my emotions were the true enemy, everything began to shift. This brings me to the second life-changing truth. I stopped losing money when I learned that trading is a business, not a lottery ticket. Most beginners treat trading like a game. They trade every day. They trade every movement. They want action. They want excitement. But professional traders know better. Professionals treat trading like a business. That means having rules, discipline, risk management, and emotional control. It means waiting for the right opportunity instead of trading out of boredom. It means protecting your capital above everything else. Before I learned this, I would take trades just to feel productive. I believed that the more I traded, the more I would make. But the market doesn't reward activity. The market rewards discipline. I stopped losing money when I stopped overtrading. Another major shift happened when I learned this truth. The market does not care about you. It doesn't care about your goals, your dreams, your expectations, or your deadlines. It moves with or without you. If you expect the market to behave in a way that benefits you, you will be disappointed. I stopped losing money when I let go of the idea that the market owes me anything. It doesn't. The market is neutral. It simply reflects your decisions. Now let's talk about risk. Most traders lose money because they risk too much. They think increasing the lot size will help them grow faster. But what actually happens is the opposite. Larger risk creates larger emotional pressure. When you risk too much, your mind becomes cloudy. You become scared of losing. You start making irrational decisions. And one bad trade becomes enough to destroy your account. I stopped losing money when I learned to risk small, even smaller than I thought necessary. Because risk is not just about money. Risk is about psychology. Small risk equals calm decisions. Big risk equals panic. And here's something else I learned. I stopped losing money when I learned to stop trying to win every trade. You don't need to win every trade to be profitable. You don't even need to win most of them. You need good risk to reward. You need consistency. You need patience. There is a moment in every trader's journey when they finally understand that winning trades don't build accounts. Discipline builds accounts. When my discipline became stronger than my emotions, I stopped losing money. Let's talk about expectations. Many traders lose money simply because they expect too much too soon. They want fast profits. They want quick results. This mindset leads to desperation and poor decision-making. Successful traders think long-term. They focus on consistency, not speed. They understand that slow progress is still progress. When I stopped trying to get rich quickly, my trading became stable. My decisions improved immediately. The pressure disappeared, the market became clearer, and my results finally changed. But here's another truth most traders overlook. I stopped losing money when I learned to stick to one strategy. Not 10, not 5, 1. I used to jump from strategy to strategy every time I had a losing streak. But every strategy has losing streaks. The problem wasn't the strategy. The problem was my inconsistency. I never allowed any strategy enough time to work. Once I committed to one approach and mastered it, my performance improved dramatically. This leads to another breakthrough. I stopped losing money when I learned the power of waiting. Waiting for the right setup. Waiting for confirmation. Waiting for the market to come to me. Patience is the hardest skill in trading, but it's also the most profitable. The moment I became patient, everything changed. Now let's go deeper into psychology. I stopped losing money when I learned how to detach emotionally from my trades. Before, I used to take every loss personally. I used to feel like the market was against me. I used to think losing meant I was doing something wrong. But the truth is this: a loss is not a failure. A loss is just feedback. When I removed emotion from my trading decisions, I gained clarity and confidence. Another major lesson came when I learned that the chart does not lie, but my emotions do. My emotions would tell me, hold a little longer, or exit now, or this trade has to turn around soon. But the chart was always telling the truth. I stopped losing money when I stopped listening to my emotions and started listening to the chart. Let's move into a concept that truly changed my career. I stopped losing money when I learned how to journal my trades. Writing down my setups, my emotions, my reasons for entering and exiting, this forced me to become accountable. It revealed my patterns. It showed me where I made mistakes. It helped me remove bad habits. Most traders never journal, and that's why they keep repeating the same errors. When I started journaling, my results elevated. Another turning point was this realization. I stopped losing money when I learned that trading is 10% technical and 90% psychological. Strategies matter, but mindset matters more. You can give the same strategy to 10 traders, and only one will be profitable. Because it's not the system that matters, it's the trader behind the system. I also stopped losing money when I learned to respect the market structure instead of forcing my bias. Before, I used to assume the market would go up just because I wanted it to. I would hold trades in the wrong direction because my ego didn't want to admit I was wrong. But once I learned to follow the market instead of fighting it, my results improved immediately. There was also a moment when I realized something powerful. I stopped losing money when I learned to stop predicting and start reacting. Predictions are emotional. Reactions are logical. I no longer tried to guess what the market would do. I simply responded to what it was already doing. As we go deeper, here's another truth. I stopped losing money when I learned that the market is mostly noise. Most candles mean nothing. Most movements mean nothing. Most setups are not worth taking. The market will tempt you every minute. It will give you endless chances to make mistakes. But the profitable moments are rare. The winning setups are limited. Once I learned how to ignore noise and wait for clarity, my trading became consistent. Let me give you another breakthrough. I stopped losing money when I learned that the key to success is avoiding stupid mistakes, not finding perfect trades. A single reckless mistake can destroy weeks of progress. But avoiding mistakes can make you profitable even with an average strategy. When I learned to reduce errors, everything became easier. Now, let's talk about ego. Ego destroys traders. Ego makes you take unnecessary risks. Ego makes you believe you can't be wrong. Ego makes you hold losers too long. Ego tells you that you can control the market, but the market doesn't care about your ego. The moment I learned to let go of ego, I became a better trader. I accepted being wrong quickly. I cut losses early. I stopped trading to prove something. Another powerful truth is this. I stopped losing money when I learned that trading is a test of emotional resilience. It tests your patience, discipline, and self-control. The market reveals your weaknesses. It exposes your fears. It amplifies your mistakes. When I built emotional resilience, my trading became stable. Another major shift happened when I learned to track metrics. I stopped losing money when I started analyzing my win rate, my risk-to-reward ratio, my biggest losing days, and my best setups. Numbers don't lie. Numbers tell you the truth about your performance. Once I learned how to track my trading data, I knew exactly what to improve. Let's talk about environment. I stopped losing money when I created a calm trading environment. No distractions, no noise, no stress. I treated trading seriously. I approached it with focus. Your environment affects your decisions more than you think. Another truth. I stopped losing money when I removed the need to trade every day. Some days offer no opportunity. Some days require patience. When I learned that doing nothing is sometimes the best decision, my performance improved immediately. Now here's a huge turning point. I stopped losing money when I learned how to separate my identity from my results. Wins don't make you a genius. Losses don't make you a failure. You are not your results. You are the process you follow. Once I detached my identity from my outcomes, my emotional pressure disappeared. Let me share another breakthrough. I stopped losing money when I learned how to maintain consistency. Not perfection, consistency. Doing the same thing every day. Following the same rules. Sticking to the same plan. Consistency leads to mastery. Mastery leads to profit. I also stopped losing money when I learned that patience is more powerful than skill. A trader with average skill but great patience can outperform a highly skilled trader who lacks self-control. When I learned patience, my account finally started to grow. Here's another truth. I stopped losing money when I learned that one good month means nothing if you don't have discipline. Many traders have lucky streaks, but consistent traders have rules. When I focused on discipline, my luck turned into skill. And finally, here is the ultimate lesson that changed everything. I stopped losing money when I learned that trading is not about beating the market. It's about beating my own impulses. It's about controlling my reactions, my emotions, and my decisions. Once I learned how to master myself, I stopped losing money. Trading success begins the moment you realize the truth. The market is not your opponent. Your emotions are. When you master your emotions, you master the game.